Except when I first got here, they had like early. I wouldn't bet that all those kids were even 15 or 16, and they'd drag me out of bed, and they would shuffle me around and do stuff. And that one morning, I got me up, and I was changing my shirt, I guess, and I didn't have a bra on, and this girl said, "Take your pajama top off," and that other girl was standing next, and they was flopping me back and forth between the others doing that. And I complained to some people, and they told the doctor, I think, the time doctor that's here or something. Not a doctor, but a health nurse. And then they always come in, they came down on me like
They came down on you?
fleas on a pile of shit.
They came down on you?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
the director of nurses.
What do you mean she came down on you? What did she do?
Oh, because I just used their name in vain, I guess.
You used the name in vain?
Well, like, I told a few people what happened.
But what did they do to you after you? What did they do after you told?
The one little higher up turned against me.
What do you mean? What did they do?
I don't know, but,
What makes you say that?
huh?
What makes you say that? What did she do? The higher up.
Well, they had some older ladies, too, that I don't know what their age or what they were, but they got like,
What did they do to you afterwards?
I don't know what they actually done, only I think something roughed me up a little more, but
They roughed you up after you told them that they were too rough?
I think so. But that's calmed down now, I think. But see, I had that booth in me.
Oh.
I was mouthing him back.
Oh, I doubt it.
Huh?
I doubt that. You
Well,
were not,
I didn't swear or use anything, but
You swore?
huh?
You swore? You swore?
I didn't swear.
Oh, that's what I was.
No, I said I didn't.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with you defending yourself and yelling at them to stop.
They what?
It's okay for you to yell at people to stop when they're hurting you.
Yeah, I thought it was. You know. But this is a different breed of cats than what you guys grew up with.
For sure.
And I can't imagine that any of yours would ever rough an older person like Grandma Martin or me up.
What did you say?
This lady's the housekeeper. I don't even know what her name is, but I just talked to her about what they were doing for. But why would they, those two young pups, they were like one push against another pusher. After they stripped my pajama top off. I think they're crazy idiots, but I can't imagine Marilyn even allowed somebody, even if she wasn't in charge of doing that to me, could you?
So, you were saying when the camera stopped that you are in Knoxville, Iowa at Griffin's nursing home. And I will put the address up here so people can send you a card or something.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a phone here.
No, I don't have a phone. And then my cell phone got dropped. It got left in my pocket. And some guy, a nurse, changed me in the bathroom and there in Knoxville. And that phone got in the wash.
It got laundered.
In the laundry. I've never had even a cell phone. I had no way to get hold of anybody.
So you wanted to let people know where you are.
And I began to wonder, then I discovered that those the children of my twin sister, Marilyn, had been taking off all that stuff. And I didn't hear from anybody. And I didn't
Oops.
do anything.
That's the new great-great-grandson. Just popped in on the screen.
What?
Say that again.
They what?
Repeat that again, what you said.
I was trying to figure out
Yeah.
how, after I didn't have the phone anymore, or the
computer.
Computer, instead of how I could get a hold of someone. But some of those, my nieces and nephews of my sisters and some, I saw where they had tried, but that I didn't have no phone, so I couldn't reach them. Which I thought, well, that's nuts
Or me.
for me.
I tried for a month to get a hold of you, and I couldn't. I didn't know that you were not in your home.
I was trying to figure out how to get the message to them where my mother. So I began to realize that none of these nieces and nephews knew where I lived. So this has to be straightened out. Yeah, I thought about even getting somebody from the law or something to talk to.
Did you talk to the nurse
No,
or the social worker here?
because I don't know who to trust and who not to.
Ugh.
But
Do you want to live in Washington, D.C.?
not that far away, but I don't know.
I'll take you home.
Huh?
I'll take you home.
But I don't know. I just can't understand how they got it by with all this stuff so far. But they didn't know where it was. My family.
Yeah. Why didn't they know?
Why didn't they knew who my family?
Yeah.
Because I moved out here
Who moved you
from
here?
Knoxville. This place. I can't think what they call it.
Griffin's.
Griffin's. It used to be Griffin's Nursing Home. That's where I'm at now.
And how'd you get here?
Rodney and May and Darla and Larry. But all that stuff blew my mind. Because I knew nobody, I never heard from anybody. Because they didn't know where it was at. I wonder if they thought they'd buried me or what.
Say that again.
I don't have a cell phone or a telephone, and I can't afford one. I guess it took all the money to get me out here. That's what he told me. But I didn't know why, because I saw like Nancy's and some of them, I think were another or two, but I couldn't respond to that because I didn't have the cell phone or telephone to reach him by.
Well, when you disappeared off of Facebook, you and I used to talk a lot on Facebook, and then you weren't there. And then I started calling you, and you weren't answering. And then finally one day, your phone was disconnected. That's how I found out that Rodney had moved you. And no one told me. If you don't hear from me, you know that it's because I don't know where you are.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's what happened when you were in the hospital a few years ago.
That's what?
When you were in hospital with your broken ribs.
Yeah.
I called and called and called for weeks and didn't know where you were.
Why would Dora's on both sides to hear her talk? But she's actually on Charles or Rodney's. I'd rather deal with Charles, I think. He can stay over there with his little apartment.
Are you sure you don't want to come to D.C.?
What?
You want to come to D.C.?
I don't know. I might have to. But I would. I wish you lived closer.
I do too. I talked about coming back last year, but he excluded me.
But what?
I talked about coming back here last year to be with you during this time, but he excluded me.
But I figured I could probably go to Steve's for a little bit. He'd probably take me in if I got throughout. Remember that if it comes to that, and you might even
Say
that Nancy and the kids would think I turned against them.
So what did you just tell me about Rodney?
That I'd mention you and he didn't encourage me to talk with you.
You said he didn't want you to.
You what?
What you said before I turned this on was that he didn't want you to.
He didn't want me to get in touch with him, with you, I don't think. That's what I'm trying to say.
Why?
I don't know. Just like when, I think when we was back then, we was kind of talking about funeral arrangements or something like that. I don't know. All that stuff.
When I was trying to get them to talk to you about what you wanted for your funeral.
Yeah.
And Darla got involved.
And Darla what?
Darla got involved to talk about her friend or something. They were doing what you didn't want.
Oh.
I wanted them to talk to you to find out what you wanted for your own services and what you wanted done.
And they quit flipping that back and forth.
Flipping it back and forth?
That, there was something wrong between you guys or something between them. But
the only thing wrong between them and me is that I want them to treat you like an adult and let you make your own choices.
Yeah.
And have your own choice for your own funeral even.
Yeah.
Instead of making plans for your funeral that you don't want, which is what they were doing.
We had written.
So yes, we have a big disagreement. They want to do what they want to do, and I want them to do what you want to do.
Nancy, she wasn't on their side, I don't think.
No, Nancy's in a bad situation. Nancy's in a hard spot.
Yeah,
Nancy's trying to be Switzerland in the Martin family.
yeah. It's not that big of a deal they was making out of it. Because the funeral doesn't take that. There's a few things done you got to do, and it's over with before you know what happened.
But they were fighting over, Darla wanted your body taken somewhere else, Darlene wants it taken somewhere else, and I was like, ask Mom where she wants to be and what she wants done with her body.
You said it then. Darlene wanted me down there by her dad. And really, I have no reason to want to be down there. He wasn't that loving or that much of a devoted husband, I don't think.
Well, whatever that is, you still have a right to say where you want to be, even if he was loving.
Yeah. And
because it's 2.5 hours away.
I wanted to be buried in Iowa. And shoot, he's been gone since February 11. How many years would that be?
That's 11 years.
11 years, yeah. And why should I be... The church probably $300 take my body down there. It had to be embalmed before it'd go.
But what's interesting is Darla and Darlene don't visit you.
I wouldn't.
They don't even come to visit you.
No.
So why are they fighting over your body? And I'm just saying, ask Mom what she wants, and then do that.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want you, that's why he doesn't want you talking to me. It's because I want them to do what you want.
And what they did to me was like you was trying to do what you wanted to, you know. So.
I guess they think that you're stupid. They must think that you're really stupid if you can't tell that I'm advocating for you to not have to do what Darla wants, or what Darlene wants, or what Rodney wants, but what you want. How stupid do they think you are?
Did you talk to him on the phone?
I have not talked to Darla or Larry in years.
Who was she talking to? Somebody on the phone.
Darla was?
Darla and Larry was on the phone with me before they went to
Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Saying what?
And they said, well, see, I know so much money had to be put on this place here, but it takes about all the monthly income I've got every month to pay for this place. And
did you ever decide what you want for your funeral?
yeah.
Is it written down?
It's what?
Is it written down?
It might be in my computer out there to Nancy's, but I should work on that. And we had it all down.
Nancy said
Why are they making such an issue out of it?
I don't know. Why don't they just come and see you and spend time with you?
I don't. And Darla and Larry, I told him I didn't have any money, and he thought, well, since I think Rodney's going to work it out, and I could have the phone and a cell phone. But I could get by without a cell phone if I had a portable phone. Does that cost more?
Well, a cell phone, I don't think you can have a phone line in here.
You know, I think you can. I don't know. I'll have to check tomorrow with somebody. If there's an office right down there, they might be able to give me the info.
Well, tomorrow's Sunday, but maybe Monday.
They what?
Tomorrow's Sunday, maybe Monday. People will be back.
Hi, Steve. I hear your granddaughter's here from Texas. I've just been thinking about you and said a lot of different stuff, and I'm wondering if you could come and see me or call or something. You're close and around here. And
Well, he can't call because you don't have a phone. He can't call since you don't have a phone.
yeah. I'll call you from a different phone, I think.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later, Steve. Don't forget your old Annie.
They can't forget you.
What?
They can't forget you.
Thank you for being my good nephew.
Aw.
Because
I have a message for you from Steve.
what?
Steve sent a message for you.
What?
He said to tell you he loves you to the moon and back. Steve loves you to the moon and back.
Yeah.
And the nurse is going to keep them, and she's going to bring them to you every morning, and then take them back at night.
Yeah.
They're quite expensive, so we don't want to lose them.
If there's, you know, the don't fit.
Yeah, I know.
Like this, it's got this. I would really kind of hate to use them,
Well, we want you to use them in the meantime.
but I paid the blues. That one I lost last, it fell out in bed, I think. That's it.
Tell her that we talked to them and they're going to take care of it.
We talked to the nurses, and they're going to take care of it.
The what?
The nurses.
The directors.
I know.
We talked to the director, and we talked to the nurses, and they're going to take care of it. But we're asking for you to work with them.
About the what? Steve's hearing needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that you like to keep them here, but we want the nurses to keep them and bring them to you every day.
Yeah. I hate to lose them.
Yeah.
I use them for
Ask
fear
her,
of
yeah,
losing
what?
one.
What?
Ask her, yeah, what?
Yeah, what? Do you know what I'm asking?
Yes.
What
am
is
I
it?
asking?
But the nurses keep hold of them.
Yeah.
So you can relax. You can relax
Yeah.
and they will keep track of them. And it's one more thing you don't have to worry about.
But see, they can fall
And
out.
well, if they don't fit, then just tell them.
Steve will be here and Steve is bringing them tonight and he will help you with them.
But
So if they don't fit, Steve knows.
And these new hearing aids, they fit all ears.
but that one that you said they had in mind,
It's broken.
It's broken.
where's it broke at?
The nurse has them.
No, well, just
It's in pieces.
what?
It's in multiple pieces.
How could it be broke? Like,
I don't know, but it is. And from what I know is you didn't have both hearing aids when you got here.
I'm sorry, we lost the little key.
I didn't have the hearing aids. I didn't have what? What was it? I didn't have hearing aids on.
When you came here, you didn't have two hearing aids that worked. So
I don't know.
your life will be better here if you can hear what people are saying so that you understand and you don't fight them. Because you want things your way and you don't hear them and then you resist
But they,
And this will help you relax and let you hear people.
well, I was just, when they were at me like that, different stuff like that.
Well, I think they're going to be better about that.
But
We've been talking to them, and we think they're going to be better at that.
So, are you willing to do that?
Are you willing to do that?
Like, let them have the hearing aid. They'll put you to bed, and
Yeah.
they will take your hearing aid. And they will leave it at the desk, and in the morning, the person that helps you get up will give you your hearing aid.
but
They're not Steve's
not.
hearing aids are not going to be left in the room.
but I hate to,
Well, Steve loves for you to try it.
Steve wants you to try it.
yeah. But
Don't feel guilty about it because we want you to have them. We want you to be able to hear people.
but I could. This one here, it may need to.
We're going to work on getting you another set.
Take it easy, because
If I had
she
the-
doesn't
this-
want them because she thinks
the
she's going to
make of
die
this
soon.
one.
So don't. She just don't need to go there with her.
Okay.
Because I may not live another week, another day.
See, that's what I mean.
Well,
But
then
you,
why not have his hearing aids?
But
Mom, Mom, if we buy you some hearing aids and you die the next day, we can find someone who needs them and doesn't have enough money.
yeah,
There's a lot of people, and we in the city, we know a lot of resources that are trying to help people, and
yeah,
so someone else will use yours. Just like there's that group of people that send eyeglasses to other countries.
oh, yeah.
Mariah and I want to do it, and it's a
But
Right. You know all that work you put into Mom?
it wasn't that much.
Quiet. You know all the work you put into raising Mom?
she really was no problem.
All right. Even better.
Told you.
Well, she put that work into me too, and we have resources, and we
Yeah.
want to give back to you. And so we would really love to do this for you.
Yeah,
But you have to, I want you to let us.
but if I just had one to
I know,
this one,
But you don't.
but we don't. They're broken.
I just,
What's the point of having it if it doesn't work?
I think if I could get the
You get the what?
the company where these came from,
I know.
I might be able to get a new one of these. But
We will work on that.
We will work on that. We'll do that for you. But in the meantime, you will have Steve's hearing aids.
yeah, I just
And the nurses will have them at night and bring them to you in the morning.
yeah.
You agree with that?
I agree with that, but I'm still a little dubious. Because I don't want to lose the,
I know. But you,
If they lose them, then Steve will handle it.
then what?
If they lose those hearing aids, that Steve will handle it.
she's worried about her losing it though.
Losing hers?
She's worried about her losing it. Because she's saying that she lost it.
Well, that's why the nurses are going to take care of them. The nurse will hand it to you, you put it in your ear, and then when you go to bed, she'll take it and they'll put it up front. They do that for
She's
every.
also saying that she's worried that it'll fall out, which Steve will handle.
Mm.
And if they don't fit, or if they fall out, Steve will handle it.
Yeah,
Did you hear me?
yes.
What did I say?
It didn't fit. Or fall out, Steve would handle it.
That's right.
That's-
You'd make such a good mother.
I know.
it's so
Grandma, you know Kamala? You know Kamala.
The cleaning lady.
Oh, yeah.
She got fired today for being too involved with the residents.
Oh, my God.
And she said to tell you that she loves you and wanted to give you a hug.
I just talked to her this morning. I spoke to her.
Yeah,
I think.
that was her. And they found
They have what?
they have your hearing aid at the nurse station, and they've had it this whole time.
Which one?
This one, the one that's missing.
Oh,
They've had that at the nursing station the whole time.
how come they did turn it back?
Because they thought that you lost the other piece, but you've had this piece in the bag the whole time.
Yeah, I knew I had that. I was going to ask Rodney to fix it.
So
Wow.
one of the reasons she got fired is because she's been involved with helping people like you, and she has told them, she's talked to them over and over and over about you needing a hearing aid.
She had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she. I mean, I wasn't even. Never discussed that with her, I don't think.
Well, we're going up to the station and we're going to talk to these boss ladies.
To the what?
The boss ladies. The director.
Oh,
Would you want Steve as your power of attorney?
I don't know what to. You're right, but I don't
Ask
know.
her
What,
if she wants me and Steve
we're
together.
going to have a big blowout, I think, what happens anyway.
I know, but if you don't
If you don't want it.
don't worry about that.
Well, it's hard for her not to worry about
I
that.
know, that's why I don't know how to word it.
What?
Ask her if she wants me and Steve together.
Do you want Steve and Luann as power of attorney?
That would probably make me blow one of them's head off. I don't know.
Would you want that?
Blow it?
Would you want that?
Well, yeah, Steve would. He dislikes Steve with a passion.
What do you want?
If Rodney didn't get mad,
If Rodney did not get mad, what would you want? Who would you want to be your power of attorney?
I guess those two could be, you know,
Which two?
Steve and her.
Who's her?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Your mama, huh?
What's my mama's name?
Luann, I think. What?
I have a question for you.
What?
Do you want Rodney to be your power of attorney?
Maybe he'll get mad and resign. I don't know, but
But what do you want?
well, I don't think he's interested in being in that anymore.
No.
tell her all she has to do is do a paperwork saying he's not it anymore.
If you don't want him as your power of attorney anymore, all you have to do is sign out a paperwork saying you don't want that.
Yeah,
And we can make Steve power of attorney.
that'll just turn him wrong side out.
Well,
No, but what do you want? Would
Steve and I are pretty wrong side out right now because of what's happening to you.
It does what?
We're not happy.
Steve and I are pretty wrong side out over how Rodney is treating you.
Yeah.
There is no reason for you to go a month without hearing aids.
I don't think that he knows it's gone.
Jennifer has told him, and the nursing home is responsible for you, and they need to have called him and made it happen. That's their job.
Yeah.
If he's not doing it, they need to make sure it is or report him.
Yeah, there's no money, I guess. All the money every month that comes in goes on this rent here.
Well, that's why I got Nancy on the financial part of it, because you can't trust Rodney or Darlene, obviously, or Charles. And I thought Rodney would take care of you out here.
Yeah, I did. He did when I lived in an apartment. Then he got hooked up with me. And
He did take care of you the last year, did a lot of things to make sure you could stay by yourself.
Yeah.
And he came and picked you up when you fell and brought you things, but I don't get why he went from that to this. Like, this is the time when you really need support.
How you do, honey? Good girl.
Aw, thank you.
Girl. I love you.
Thank you for being the best grandma.
And you're the success in your photography work and
Yeah.
all that, you know.
Did you hear what I said?
I Too bad all this family couldn't be that low.
I'm really sorry.
Darling, she's gonna go play in the water. And they'll be back in March or something. They didn't come when they were here. You know,
I don't know why.
they're all over the world, I think. One thing, I don't drink, you know, so I'm not in the right crowd.
So, Mom,
But thank you, Lord. I thank you so much. They came by here. I've been watching, waiting.
I'm so sorry I'm not closer.
But,
I'm so sorry that I'm not closer.
well, so am I, but when you grow up and go your way, I guess that's the way most families are now. You have to fly to get from one to another or something.
Television.
Is this your TV behind you?
From your house? Did that come from your house?
Is
The television.
the
Television.
yeah, the TV?
Did it come from your house?
No, it was here, and a girl one of the aides tried to get it on Sunday morning. She came in and wanted to get it on the
How's
church
that?
service.
Another remote
You what?
in my room.
And so, have you watched TV with her in here?
No,
Have you ever seen it working?
no,
So, it should not be on her inventory.
no.
She did get it on and kind of messing it around, but it wasn't any good over there to take it with them when they left. Whoever left, you know.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said, Rodney, I could call him on the phone,
And
but you could tell him
Bert's-
it activated. It wasn't bad till May got in the picture, because I had trouble with the heat over there in that apartment, I think it was. And he came over there, but he'd stay, and he didn't go home, he'd talk.
She would like to see
And I think she
Rodney
had
by
heard of
himself.
that. But I didn't care.
What happens when you call him?
What?
What happens when you call him?
What you called him? From a photographer, or you from a...
Mariah does that kind of work. Mariah does photography of paintings. I love that painting, and I want to keep it, and Mariah wants to keep it, and we want to give it to Stephanie's grandchildren. We want to
Yeah.
make sure that it stays with us. Because of you, I'm an artist, and you never got to do it.
Yeah.
Can I take it when I go home tomorrow?
You what?
Can I take it tomorrow, and then I'll get a copy made and get that back to you, and I'll put it on your... I'm talking too fast. Can I take it home tomorrow?
I guess, because I don't know. I could die in 3 or 4 days, and I don't know what would happen to it.
That's my fear.
I think... I don't know what of you did, but maybe it was you.
It was me, believe me. Would Darla ask for that?
Darlene,
I cherish it.
Well, I could say, probably money-wise, it's not that important, but the church and what it meant to me,
and the memories of it.
And
that church
and that you let me make things, make messes, create things. Because of you, I'm an artist, and I get now to do that.
yeah. But